Lane Kiffin really is the portal king, and LSU basketball on life support in mid-January. We'll tell you all about it today. Purple and Gold Podcast, Wednesday, January 14th. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in today. If you're watching this on YouTube, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It would really help me out a lot. Always interact in the comments. Big day today. LSU signed five-star freshman quarterback transfer from USC, Longstreet. Lane Kiffin has rebuilt this quarterback room in the matter of days. Elon quarterback Landon Clark. We know about Sam Levitt and now Longstreet. It seemed a very improbable thing to sign both Levitt and Longstreet, but Lane Kiffin pulled it off, and I'm going to tell you how I think he did it. So Longstreet is the prototype for what Lane Kiffin would want. He's got that Jackson Dart ability. He's got a big rocket for an arm. He's mobile. Only played in 3 games at USC, so he is a redshirt freshman. Threw 15 passes, 13 out of 15. Had 16 rushing attempts. He was a 5-star in last year's class. Everybody wanted him. And now he's on LSU's campus and he's in LSU's quarterback room. I think the selling point here was twofold. One is I think Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weis are going to get a lot of mileage out of what happened this year with Trinidad Chambliss. And I think they're going to get a lot of mileage out of that in multiple ways. I think they're going to get mileage out of that in the Landon Clark types, being able to say, you can come to this level and we'll make something out of you. But I also just think the development in general of guys like Matt Corral and Jackson Dart and now Chambliss, I think Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weis are guys that quarterbacks are going to want to play for. So I think the selling point on Longstreet was this, because we know when Longstreet left USC, I believe his father said something like he didn't want to hold a clipboard. So he was obviously looking for a place to start. But I think the development piece that Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weis and LSU were able to sell him on is this. Sam Levitt is going to miss spring practice with the Lisfranc injury. Longstreet will be able to get all of the reps. He will be able to basically be the starter throughout the spring. And basically, if anything happens where Sam Levitt can't come back from the injury or gets re-injured again, you now have Longstreet with a spring practice under his belt ready to go. Secondarily, let's go back to Chambliss for a minute. If Lane Kiffin and Charlie Weis could tell Longstreet, we took Trinidad Chambliss from Division II to basically an NFL draft pick. What can we do with Sam Levitt in 1 year? And so if they blow Levitt up into a Heisman candidate, first, second round type guy, I know Sam Levitt has 2 years of eligibility left. Sam Levitt could very well be a one and done, and now Longstreet is the incumbent quarterback for 2027. Now, in this day and age of the transfer portal, in this day and age of roster building in college athletics, I don't think anybody should look past this year. So for this year, Longstreet provides you with a high upside backup when you've signed an already injured starter, and let's face it, you haven't made over the offensive line like maybe you would like. There's still time for that, another topic for another day. But if you want to look beyond this year and say Longstreet could be the quarterback in 2027, maybe even in 2028, certainly that's a great thing, and it gives LSU a great foundation. 3 quarterbacks now plus Emil Picarella, and you'll have Longstreet, Clark, and Picarella all in the spring practices not to wear out anybody's arm. And we'll see what happens with Ryan Staub. Ryan Staub is a Colorado quarterback who's supposed to be visiting tomorrow. Lane Kiffin did sign 4 transfer quarterbacks in one of his Ole Miss classes. I don't think Staub will be in the mix here now, but we'll see what happens with that, and we'll keep you posted. On to LSU basketball. LSU basketball hosts Kentucky tonight in the PMAC. Kentucky's a 4.5-point favorite. LSU is going to be without DJ Thomas again. It's going to be hard tonight. Should be a good environment, should be a good crowd. Students are back on campus. Classes started yesterday. Hopefully LSU can have a big home field advantage tonight and spring the upset. Verge Osbury gave a wide-ranging interview to The Advocate, I believe, yesterday, and he was asked point blank about Matt McMahon, and he said, look, The expectation was they had to make the NCAA tournament. If they don't make the NCAA tournament, you know, we'll have to reevaluate things. And he said something to the effect of, we're all grown-ups here, and we are. And everybody knew, sort of what the expectation is. Is it bad luck for Matt McMahon that one of his star players got hurt for the second straight year in Jalen Reed in December? Yes. Is it terrible luck that his star player, DJ Thomas, got hurt in practice 2 days before the first SEC game and now is going to miss the first 4, probably first 5 SEC games? Yeah, it's bad luck. But Matt McMahon's in year 4. He's a well-paid coach. Other SEC teams have hired coaches and have had success. Todd Golden, who was hired the same year as Matt McMahon, I know he didn't inherit the same problems. He's won a national championship. Texas A&M hired Samford's coach, and they're playing buckyball this year, and they're off to a fast start in the SEC. Obviously, we know Arkansas took John Calipari from Kentucky, on and on and on. LSU's got 2 home games this week. They play Kentucky and Missouri. If they can somehow win these 2 games and get back on track, you would think that would be that would put them in a position to still be in contention. But if they lose one or both of these games, next week they play Arkansas and Florida. And even if DJ Thomas is back, it's hard to really envision LSU beating top of the conference teams like Arkansas and Florida. So if they don't win tonight, and if LSU doesn't beat Missouri on Saturday, you are looking at a situation where it is likely they would be 0-7 in the conference. And the question then would be, does Matt McMahon even finish the year? I don't think that that's something Verge Osbury wants to do. I don't think it's something Verge Osbury is planning to do. I will point this out too. Matt McMahon finds himself in a spot that is not unique in college athletics. And that spot is he now has an athletic director who did not hire him. Now, everybody on campus, not named Lane Kiffin, has this same issue, but certainly people like Kim Mulkey and Jay Johnson and Jay Clark, the gymnastics coach, they have their programs humming, and I know Verge and Jay Johnson have a close relationship and whatever. So the onus of some of this falls squarely on Matt McMahon and to a slightly lesser degree Beth Torina in softball. Although softball's still making tournaments and making postseasons, they're just not maybe going as far as the ardent softball fans would like. So big night tonight for LSU, big night tonight for the future of the program. A lot of people, both fans and administrators, including LSU's president, Dr. Wade Roos, really are Will Wade guys. And, one of the many, many things that came out when Scott Woodward was fired was, a situation where a friend of the governor, who is a booster, had asked Scott Woodward about bringing Will Wade back. Scott Woodward was vehemently against that. And that is one of the many things that led to Scott Woodward, sort of being on the outs with some folks in and around LSU. Is LSU going to bring Will Wade back? Is Will Wade going to leave North Carolina State after one season if Matt McMahon's fired? Probably not. But LSU's got to get a different coach in here and a different voice if Matt McMahon can't turn this around. Let's all root for him to turn it around. Let's root for LSU to get a little healthier, and let's root for LSU to beat Kentucky tonight. That'll do it for today. As always, thank you for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, again, please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. We'll be back tomorrow. As always, be good to one another, and go Tigers.